Thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedules to join me this evening. I hope that there is something in here in either this video or one of the past videos that is of assistance to you. Like, subscribe, and share this video. What I'd like to do today is, I know past videos, but I happen to like history. Today in particular happens to be, or with regards to Friday the 13th, I wanted to take a look at a historical perspective, sort of what brought around the idea of what makes the day unlike. So, with that put in, one of my particular interests when I was a lot younger, of course, was the Knights Templar. So, we're going off the assumption that everybody kind of at least has some familiarity with the Knights Templar. At the turn of the 14th century, the Knights Templars they had castles, churches, and banks throughout Western Europe. The amount of wealth eventually led to their downfall on October 13th, 1307, Friday. The Templars had continued to enjoy a lavish lifestyle and protected the kingdom of Jerusalem until the French king Philip IV decided to roll up the Templars and appropriate their wealth. Of course, this was because France was running low on funds and the monarchy was in a troublesome budget deficit. The method used to bring down the Templars were chillingly effective: fake news and political destabilization. More than a year prior to the Friday the 13th arrest, the king's ministers had intervened uh, by they'd interviewed disgruntled former Templars and compiled a short yet questionable list of misdeeds. Standard accusation against political opponents in the early 14th century was to accuse them of being involved in heresy or magic. And the Templars had been accused of spitting on the cross, defiling Christ, participating in homoerotic indoctrination rituals, and worshipping false idols. On the fateful day of October 13th, 1307, uh, it was ordered all Templars arrested and their property seized. The Templars were condemned in mass as having disgraced the French flag and the country. Their crimes, wrote the king, were horrible to contemplate and terrible to hear of. The Grand Master of the order, Jacques de Monnet, was thrown in prison along with several other high ranking members of the order. Their trial was a farce. The Templars were charged with heresy, worshipping false idols, and their crimes and other crimes against the church. Many of them were tortured, and they confessed to their crimes, refusing to capitulate. Uh, Jacques de, uh, Jacques de Monet would not confess, and Philip ordered him burned at the stake. The Knights Templar, which had dominated medieval life for almost 2 centuries, were no more. Unfortunately for Philip, the Templars had learned of his planned treachery beforehand, and many of them escaped with their vast stores of treasure and had hidden from the king's soldiers. After several years of repeating the medieval fake news, and as members of the Templar rotted in jail, the Council of the Church concluded in 1312 that the Templars' name had been so blackened and that they ought to be disbanded and retired. In 2007, the Vatican issued a proclamation declaring that the Templars were innocent of their alleged crimes. But to this day, that's kind of why uh, Friday the 13th and the issuing of the warrants is viewed as being one of the main reasons is why Friday the 13th happens to be a superstitious day, and unlucky for most. So, with that little bit of history, I'd like to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy schedules. I hope it was something a little different. I'd like to say thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and share this video with others who you think might like it, or who it might be a benefit to. Thank you very much and have yourself a very beautiful day.